Hello and welcome to Rawkode Live. I am your host, Rawkode. Today is part 3, the final part of our Clustered KubeCon special. Before we get started, there's just a little bit of housekeeping. First, if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe now. Click the bell and you will get alerts for all future episodes of Rawkode Live, where we explore the cloud native landscape together. If you're watching live, or even if you're not watching live, but you want to talk to a few hundred other technologists focused in cloud native, Kubernetes, and Docker, and containers, and all that cool, fun stuff, there's a Discord server. Come and say hello. And lastly, I want to thank Equinix Metal. They are my employer, and they allow me to do this on their time. So thank you very much. If you want to check it out, use the code Rawkode. This will get you $200 in credits. It's roughly around 400 hours of compute if you spend it wisely. If you want to have a bit more fun with it, you can spend it pretty quickly. So let me know how you get on. All right, today's guests for joining me on Clustered Part 3 KubeCon Special are Jeefy and Chris. Hey, how are you both doing?
Doing well.
I love that bit because I just throw the question at both people and see who answers first. But Jeefy, do you want to say hello, tell us who you are, what you do, and then we'll move on to Chris?
Sure. Hello, my name is Jeffrey Sica. Pretty much everywhere on the internet, I'm known as Jeefy, so they're kind of interchangeable. I'm a principal software engineer at Red Hat. I focus mainly on CI/CD with managed distributed systems like OpenShift Dedicated. I'm also a CNCF ambassador, so I'm kind of all over the place, and I'm a Kubernetes contributor. So I'm a SIG chair for SIG UI, so Kubernetes dashboard, and I help out with Kubernetes community and also Slack admin, YouTube admin, that sort of thing.
Thanks for sharing. Chris?
Hey everyone, I'm Chris. My day job is a customer engineer with the Canadian public sector at Google Cloud. In my off hours, I do some Kubernetes. I'm nervous and terrified and excited right now, so I'm going to stumble a lot. It's going to be fun. I contribute to Kubernetes as much as I can, where I can. I got the fun little Kubernetes contributor shirt. I do this primarily through the monthly office hours, which is also co-hosted by David here, and as well Pop. So if you're looking to learn more about Kubernetes, that's another great way to engage and interact with the community and learn a lot of fun stuff. So I'm excited to see what we can do today.
Well, anxious, excited, and scared is the 3 things I want people to feel on Clustered. So you're hitting all the targets.
A little sweaty.
I just want to thank you both for joining me because you're both cornerstones of the Kubernetes and cloud native communities. It's a pleasure to do this with you today. So
thank you.
All right.
Good way to end lunch.
That's the niceties over. Now we go straight into debugging.
All right, hold on.
And that nicely leads us into, we are starting with Jeffrey's cluster first. So Chris, you and I are up. I am going to connect to the control plane node of this cluster. If you could join the active session and type echo hello to confirm that we are sharing a buffer, that would be appreciated.
Okay, so this is going to show up under activity active session?
That is right, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just waiting for it to refresh then. Oh, maybe I'm looking at the wrong cluster. Yep.
145, please.
Yeah, I had the 2 tabs open and I definitely went to the wrong one. So we're off to a blazing good start today.
All right, will you just join?
Already aliased it for us. Thank you.
Yeah, getting the kube config and alias out of the way just saves so much pain as we dive in. So I am going to give you the honors to run the first kube control command and see if we have a control plane, or at least an API server.
Let's see what we have here. What kind of journey are we going on today? Let's check see what nodes we got.
It's already working. That's refreshing. Very nice.
Oh, you don't have kubeMS.
No, there's no niceties here. You get basic kube control and that's it.
I thought I'd check. Yeah, and I'm just worried that this is like an exam. I'm going to forget everything I ever learned. And
that's all right.
We're just going to be
we're doing this
going
together.
Through the docs.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's
1 or 2 restarts.
Yeah, we have both of our workloads here in the default namespace, but crash it back off and over 1,000 restarts. So
Control C works as the copy and paste, right?
It's probably going to send a sig term to the the terminal. It does capture it and work it. So you might want to do a shift and insert.
Yeah.
Or control shift and insert, whatever that is.
Yeah. Oh, I'm doing a bunch of bad stuff right now. I'm just going to type it out because this is already off to a good start.
Sorry, I'll just
Web terminals are my forte. No worries. Here we go.
Yeah, there was the clustered, 2 months ago, where I pasted in my password or typed my password into the session. That was a good thing.
Yeah, I might do something like that. I haven't done a debug on a computer in probably about a year, so this is going to be this is good times.
I just had to reload, but I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay, what have we got?
Right, its probe failed.
The probe failed.
Ooh, let's see. Let's see if Postgres is giving the same error. I feel like it should be also checking for CRDs, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, let's take a look at Postgres first.
Yeah. Oh. Paste it. There we go.
We're just getting loads of evil faces from Jeefy in the chat, so...
I'm not even looking at it. You're looking at the side of my face. I've got the terminal over here, and then camera's over here. So hope you enjoy the side of this. This is my good side.
So
right.
What we see with this one then, he's obviously changed the image because this is the Jeefy Honk Kubernetes image on our Postgres.
Oh, geez. I didn't even look at the image. I was just looking at the describe. That makes sense, yeah.
I wonder if that's going to be as easy as just fixing that back to the Postgres image that we expect or not. But we can give that a try.
Rollout history.
Rollout history? How fancy.
Ooh, yeah. That's what I came here for. All right.
I think for the first 4 episodes, I would just do like a kube control delete pods -- all, and then people kept yelling at me, going, "Rollout restart, what are you doing, you animal?" And so I started trying to clean up my act a little bit. Less sledgehammer, more dancing.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Okay, so we can see the revision, but you never left a change cause. That was rude. No comment.
I'm curious how much of your screen is actually off the screen, because I only just now saw error.
Okay.
Like no history.
I'll try to keep it up top.
I dragged it back up. We should be good.
Cool.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. We got a reminder in chat as well. I need to stop. I have
Thank you.
I use this Windows thing that adds padding to all my windows, but not quite enough for the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. So just needed to check to see if there's a Honk Kubernetes something in there, but no.
I'm just going to spin up a local iTerm, so I've got access to the real resources and manifests if we need to. Well, we will probably need to take a look.
Yeah. Let's see what happens if I kill that pod.
Let me just do.
What journey is he going to send me on?
The Postgres image is just Postgres with the tag 13-alpine if you want to try spinning it back. I don't know. Did you revert it manually there?
Not yet. I just killed it just to see what would happen when it spawns back up. So I'm just waiting for it to do its thing, and then we'll change the take back to normal. This is where we twiddle our thumbs.
Yep.
I just want you to know that I'm even nervous, and I'm the one that broke it.
Are we getting closer? Warmer? Colder?
Yes.
Ooh. All right, it's just a restart.
So I think that probe's going to fail after X attempts.
Yeah.
I say we just revert the image. Oh, hello. My ferret came to say hello. I say replace the image to what we expect, and then we'll try and tackle this clustered one maybe.
You know, I will say one thing, one little tiny thing. You haven't checked the logs yet.
Nope.
Don't get me wrong. It's not going to help you.
Oh,
you just want to show us the logs, right? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. My process is a little dated, I guess. All right. Yeah, still running. Okay, it restarted. So we're going to fully crawled stateful set.
Yeah, the Postgres is a stateful set.
Yeah.
Are you going to update the image?
Yeah.
Oh, let's take a look at those logs first. I want to see what Jeefy's hidden for us.
Yeah. Oh, right, because that's implied.
Oh, yeah.
That's a bad habit of mine. I always specify. Unless so.
All right. All right, I think it's safe to throw the image back to normal now.
Yeah. Nope. Cool. And where are we?
That's about 20 lines up. I think you went past it.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, wow. Sneaky.
See what else is in here. Spec containers.
Can you search for Honk in this file?
Oh, you're gonna have to remind me how to search in
//
Oh, // No.
Okay, so the stateful set.
Someone being naughty with a mutating webhook.
Yeah, it has to be right. Configurations, mutating webhook configuration. There's no autocomplete. It's really annoying.
Okay. Sorry, K, get.
Mutating. Do you want me to type for a bit?
Wait. Webhooks. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, it's just configure. It's just such a weird name.
Nope. Huh.
So it doesn't mean that there isn't one. There could be a static one in the API server manifest. Although that would be sneaky because you'd have to compile his own API server.
Yeah.
You are a sneaky goose.
Okay, we can switch over to just drop out of that and go into one of the nodes, right?
What do you want to check on the nodes?
Yeah.
Oh, we can. I'm just not sure what to check on the nodes. Like, let's try and think this out because this is annoying me already. Something is.
Yeah. Just want to take a look at the stateful set again, or say the pod. Map. See if there's anything weird in here.
All right. Do you mind if I try something?
Yeah, go for it.
Run
Controller.
Stock. Can you list images? Yeah.
There it is.
I was wondering if it was maybe like there was multiple aliases on the image and it was shown as the default even with the other one, and there was like an image pool policy perhaps, but I don't think that's the case. But we can rule that out by switching this to always. It's not doing anything. So I don't think my idea is right. Yeah. Okay, that plan's gone.
Yeah, I keep coming back through the webhook, but yeah.
So what else could modify something in the cluster?
So I'm trying to think.
Let's see if there's anything suspect in the API resources. And I'll check one more thing before maybe I start trying to talk out loud again. But what have we got running across the whole thing? Okay. There's only one other thing I think this could be, and then I'm probably completely out of my depth. Containerd allows you to set overrides on an image.
I was worried there would be some, Containerd is not something I've played around with yet, so this is going to be a fun adventure, a learning experience.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of trying to debug this stuff either.
Where is it? Containerd is in Etsy. Cry. I just started studying for my CKS. This is going to go
So Containerd is running as a systemd unit, so there could be a systemd overlay maybe. You try systemd cat containerd, and it shows the.
Oh, right, sister. Sorry, can't, did you say?
Cat.
Oh, cat.
Yeah, that should print out all of the. Not called overlays in systemd. I can't remember what they're called. But... system CTL. We've been really.
Oh, sorry. No worries.
Nothing.
I'm seeing honk just in the words. Where is it?
And there was definitely no Containerd here. There's not.
I'm a very naughty goose.
I appreciate it, Jeefy. This is good.
Someone said, "What's up with the guy in the middle?" And in fact, I'm not talking. It's because if I talk, I might give a hint and give it away.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think
just need to get you talking. We need to get you monologuing. Is that it?
I think Zahir's just not familiar with the new format where we have the breaker live to laugh at us. So the breaker will be mostly quiet during their cluster.
That's very true.
Because anything they say can be used against them. So
yeah,
this is my brain is struggling to understand what's going on here.
Do you want a hint?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay. So the stateful set shows the right image. That's the bit that's grading on me, because
yeah. I'm just trying to think if you can have a stateful set, but the pod be controlled by something else, but can't.
Okay, let's check the control plane's not been messed with. Can we go to the static manifests and maybe see if any of those files look like they've been played with?
Where is it?
It's Kubernetes manifests. Yeah.
Yeah, where Kubernetes. So you can have a small Kubernetes.
That's the pressure of people watching you. Typing always just.
It's a combination of stuff, right?
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to go along.
I was going to do the exact same thing. So. Great minds think alike, fools seldom differ, right?
her.
So he's not been tinkering.
I mean,
When did you give us access to this?
well, he could have changed the dates on them. I don't know if he'd be that of a terrible goose, but I'm trying to look at his smile and see if anything's slipping out.
I'm really. This is my poker face. My stupid smile face. Just take comfort in knowing in like 15, 20 minutes, I'm going to be the one in pain.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Where could it be?
So there wasn't any mutating admission controllers.
Yeah.
We didn't see Kyverno. He hadn't deployed anything new to the cluster, right? Yeah, I did like whole namespaces,
Yeah.
I think.
I just want to double check. I'm trying to mash together my hotkeys I have on mine with yours, and it's
And we never seen anything in the container D directory to suggest an overlay. So there's a command on container D. Dump.
There we go. I'm going to have to remember this one. Thank you.
I don't know if it's going to be helpful, but
Good. It's better than staring at the screen.
Honk. I'm almost at the stage of going to the root directory and doing a grep -r honk. That's where we're getting to here. All right, so we got varlib container D. I think we should check that out. I mean, do we even know that container D is real?
Did he swap out the binary, right? That's why I was hoping when we did I'm just going to slowly go up. So I was hoping something would show here.
Well, let's try doing a long on March 11. Okay, so maybe not. Actually, version doesn't say honk. That's a good thing.
It's a delightful calling card.
All right, let's think out the box for 2 more minutes before we maybe get a help.
Yeah. Just cube API resources. Did we already do this? I think we did.
Yeah, I scanned it, but I didn't look in anger, to be fair.
It's really turning into a shake fist at cloud kind of scenario. I like it.
All right, we're not covering the basics here. We're getting caught up in the moment. Let's look at the logs on container D. Let's look at the Kubernetes event logs. There's got to be a thread to pull on here. There has to be.
Yeah. CTL-L?
-L-LU container D.
Oh, yeah.
And if we don't want the pager, add a -F as well.
Is it?
Oh, the U has to be in the end because it's a unit name.
Ah.
All right, what have we got?
Image. Create container.
Looks normal-ish.
Nothing is popping up. So I'll take a look at those logs again of that Postgres.
So KB is asked, is there a proxy somewhere? I'm going to go on a limb and say no. It has to be in cluster. At least I feel it has to be in cluster because the stateful set has the right image. So I don't think it's a proxy. All right, okay. Let's try the events. Get events.
present.
We're not friends anymore, Jeffrey.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but I do feel bad.
No. You've done your job very well.
So what I'm thinking is we could nuke the stateful set and try to reapply it to see if this weirdness persists. But then we don't really... I suspect it may not. I'm not sure. And then I don't know if we'd ever find out what it is.
Sure. Could do a rollout restart.
Would you mind if I type for a moment? Because I don't really know what I want to do.
Yeah, and my brain's like maybe he replaced something in Postgres there that's calling the API server, or
I mean, he's done something.
I've absolutely done something.
Can I try? Oh yeah, I'll let you.
I just wanted to see if we had a kubelet file here. We do not. I want to see if var lib kubelet config has anything suspicious. You can feel free to try whatever you want now. I'm running out of ideas. API server, one word, and you'll need -u for unit.
And -l API.
Thanks, Borko. They're saying it's always DNS. Maybe not.
Oh, thanks, Borko. Yeah. There's no logs in the API server. That's terrifying.
Huh. Oh, because the API server is a static pod, so we'll need to get the logs from...
Oh, right, yeah. It's been a while since I used it, since they switched over to that.
Yeah, this is if you don't use KubeVM on a daily basis, you'll lose track of where stuff is.
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm going to ask for a hint. What do you think, Chris? Will we get a hint?
Yeah. Unless he wants to watch us flail for a little bit longer.
No. However, you get one of two hints. You can either get a hint, which is the backstory of what happened to the cluster, or you can get a hint about something you've already done.
Ooh.
So did we get close at some point?
Pick your hint.
What do you want to do, David?
I'm going to leave this decision entirely up to you. What do you want?
I'll take the hint for something we got close to. The story is appealing, but I think we might be able to yank the thread a little.
Right idea, wrong folder earlier.
It has to be the containerd overlay.
Oh.
All right.
I'll give you one other hint. Not containerd.
Always move the config somewhere?
Oh. Okay, so the static pod directory could have been reconfigured.
Yeah.
So we want to take a look at the kubelet config after all, maybe.
See, part of my problem is I don't know whether to say warmer or colder. And I don't know how much you want to flail. I don't know how much fun other people are having watching you.
People seem to enjoy watching me suffer on this show, I've got to say.
It seems to be the fun part, at least the learning part. I watched the session yesterday and a couple others, and it's entertaining just seeing how people try to approach debugging the clusters. And
I love seeing people work real time because everyone works and troubleshoots differently.
Yeah. Like yesterday, there were some awesome hints.
I will also say that I was going to do something different because I thought this idea was way too mean. And then I saw some of your previous episodes and went, nope, I'm going to do it. I did get opinions from both Christoph and Bob about whether this was too mean or not. Here we are.
Okay.
All right, I'm just going to cat this.
And I will leave it up to both of you whether you want another hint or not.
Can we just list that file again? So the static pod path had not changed, which I am happy to see.
Yeah. I was going to move over to the Kube API one again, see if there's anything kind of any red herrings there. Yeah. I guess, the next hint would probably depend on how much time we have left. I can't remember.
So the hint was wrong directory.
Yeah.
Yes. You were talking about something, but it was the wrong directory to think about it.
What directories have we been to?
Yeah, I'm trying to. We've been in.
Let me also say, not just wrong directory, wrong project.
Do you put cryo in here?
No, there's no cryo.
Wrong project.
I will tell you the story of the cluster. This cluster was a cluster run by an intern at a school. Nothing really important was running on the cluster, but we got a notice that we needed to upgrade the cluster. So the intern upgraded the cluster. I don't know how they upgraded the cluster, but they did. And then 6 months later, all of a sudden, we have this issue where we can't schedule any workloads.
That's our hint?
Yep.
Sounds like certs. We're still able to. What? I want to see what happens if we deploy a pod. Can we just do like a Nginx deploy just to see if that goes up, or?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Please.
I get really excited. I know this one.
You can type. It worked.
Okay.
Can you put a log on it? Make sure it actually is Nginx.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. You, my friend. I'm having a good time.
I'm glad the chat are enjoying it. So.
Oh.
Okay,
you are creative.
And you're saying it's not containerd, so it must be the kubelet, right? Something. I said I'm committed to working out what he's done to our kubelet now. So, let's go take a look at. No. Okay, next.
Okay, so using containerd.
Var lib kubelet. We already looked at this.
I also do have one more hint when you're ready.
Don't talk to me.
What you doing?
Let's do. Nope. Let's do.
Okay.
I mean, that is all of the.
Can we list the pods that are running again? Oh, Well, no, never mind. I thought I saw something. Can we see what Kubernetes is running? Or can we check the logs on Kubernetes?
I'm being silly, right? He won't have affected the kubelet on this machine.
Mm-hmm.
So
I just want to see what that.
We need to be on this machine.
Which one?
SX6. Because workloads won't be scheduled to the control plane, and we're bouncing around the control plane, which I think is very naive of me. So I've opened a session on SX6 if you want to join.
Yes, I do.
And let's look for irregularities on this kubelet. Let me just reload since you've joined. Okay. So bar lib kubelet. All right, that looks okay. Next is our flags here. Let's just take a look at kubelet parameters.
What?
I'm sorry.
That was good. Why did I even bother?
All right, we're going to give it 5 more minutes, and then.
Are you going to want to know the answer, or are you going to want to put this in the pocket?
No, we'll get the answer.
All right.
Yeah.
The audience will demand it.
We need clarity for what your nefarious honking you did.
All right, can I ask a couple of questions right before
sure.
you?
Let me also give you one hint. The last hint I was going to give, we talked about our backgrounds when we first joined the call before we went live, and I said what my background was. I'm a developer. I'm not an ops person. Go ahead and ask your questions.
Should we be in the control plane node or the worker node?
Yes.
Did you build your own container to do something?
I did not build. Well, technically, I built Kubernetes Jeefy, but I didn't build.
Yeah, fair.
I didn't build Postgres. I didn't build a new Klustered.
Yeah. That was the binary, wasn't it?
How did you get the strings out of something again?
Oh, I don't remember.
I thought it was just strings. Oh.
I will also save you time. I did not put any honk breadcrumbs in outside of the log.
Did you build your own kubelet?
Yep.
All right, I've got an idea.
It's like, how do we?
Why is that not working? Oh, Kubernetes.
Oh, there you go.
And it really needs to remove everything? No, var lib cache. Var cache. Is it after dpkg? I was hoping for a nice Debian package here.
Yeah.
How do we do a reinstall? Apt install. Well, good. I've just upgraded the kubelet too, so there we go.
Hopefully that doesn't make new breaks.
All right, I think we have the normal kubelet back on this machine, but that doesn't mean that he hasn't done it on every other node, assuming he has built his own kubelet.
We can go back to the other one and I can restart.
And hope
you're already there.
Yeah, feel free just to
Nginx is back up and running. Or it's wait, no, we need to check the logs.
Yeah, it's not been restarted yet.
Yeah, I got excited. I saw the one. It's like, yes.
I'm going to go check the other two machines just in case the kubelet is different on them all. If you want to change the workload.
I will say, you are correct. You have solved it. However, there was a second part of this, which is you have to assume that all of the nodes and the cluster itself are owned.
Oh, you.
There are no rootkits. There are no kernel changes. I did not hose the operating system.
You just repointed us to an outside cluster?
No, I think, didn't Honk do that? Or like roll into a cluster inside of a cluster? Yeah. I'm giving it to you because you have absolutely figured it out. I compiled my own kubelet and placed it on all of the nodes. What you don't see is in my terminal window, every 60 seconds, I'm SSHing to those nodes and overwriting kubelet if it's been changed. Because I wasn't sure how long this was going to take, and now I feel bad. So I've already updated kubelet twice so far.
You're very quiet typer.
That last bit is, I mean, we'd never be able to work that out. That's harsh, but a nice one. Well played.
The idea was, if someone has a cluster that they didn't know like how it was installed or how it was managed, they can't actually validate the supply chain. So they can't validate that kubelet is actually what it should be. And if a cluster has been taken hostage, just fixing the cluster isn't necessarily going to fix the cluster. That was my idea. That was my little Disney story arc of being really, really mean. I'm sorry.
So from now on, I'm disabling SSH access on all these machines. That's
hey,
well done, sir.
I stopped you before that came into play. But it's probably a good idea.
Yeah. See, this is one of the things. This has happened before, right? With the binaries on the machines, is that if someone does swap out the binary that is 99% functional, it's really hard. Like, we need better. I'm sure Falco and there's other tools that would work in this space that would tell us this, but by default, we have no idea that those binaries have been swapped underneath us, and that's a common theme now that I'm seeing people abusing on this show. So nicely done.
I feel like it is a really good lesson, because that's also something like that's a problem if you're running your own cluster. Like, that's a benefit of managed offerings is they are going to be the ones managing the whole supply chain start to finish. When you're managing your own, there are just so many different things you need to think about.
Yeah, I'm going to write a script to start doing checksums on all the binaries.
I've seriously considered like starting that as a project just because of this idea. Like, there is no real good way to do that across the whole stack.
Yeah.
All right. Well played. Now we switch roles.
Yep. Now I'm gonna feel the pain.
Hopefully, like this is my first time purposefully breaking a cluster, so this is either going to be really easy or it's going to be interesting.
All right. Well, I have opened a session on Chrissy's control plane. If you could please join and just give me an echo or something so that we know. I'll set up the kubeconfig.
Join session. I already see typing.
Yeah, I get a weird screen refresh when it happens and my scroll breaks. So I'm just going to reload. It's a teleport bug. It's such a cool project, but they need to fix this one bug. All right. No more honks, please. Come on. Right. I will give you the pleasure of seeing if we have a control plane.
All right. So far we do. So far we are only missing the website.
I'm going to try, George. I'm going to try.
Yeah, please make me pay. Interesting. So we have 0 of 1 deployments ready. Nothing up to date. Okay, so I just realized that it's not going to show. So I'm scrolling through here to see. Yeah. So there's 1 desired, 0 updated, 2 unavailable. Also, rolling update strategy, 25% max unavailable, 25% max surge.
Well, it looks like we got an old replica set and a new replica set. Maybe something. Either no scheduler, maybe.
You go hard already.
I think he's had a rough couple sessions. He's going to be checking the checksums on every binary.
Oh, we have admission. Oh, gatekeeper. Nice.
All right. So, error creating admission webhook, validation gatekeeper.sh.
Yep.
Denied the request. So, gatekeeper's been installed and apparently is denying all pods must have a clustered label for branding and association. So, Chris, if I add that label, what's going to happen?
Oh, you're just going to find out. I'm going to try to drag this out as long as humanly possible.
So let's edit this. I'm bad at the Kubernetes.
You can just add labels. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, please.
All right. So what was the warning on? Was it on the pod? Was it on the... It won't be the deploy. It was the pod, right? So we need to...
It was the pod. So yeah, we need to add the label. Oh, I'm dumb. Yep.
All right. So we've added our label. Do we have pods? Of course not. All right.
So, Control W does not work in terminal browser.
I've done that so many times.
That's exactly what I was going to do.
Oh, no, we got... No. All right, so the replica set is... Oh, we got an invalid... All right, okay, so we've also got something blocking us from deploying anything that isn't an ancient database.io repository. So we need to take a look at the... What does Gatekeeper call policies again?
So I've tried to pepper some Stargate references throughout this. Just
I appreciate it. I always appreciate that.
That's awesome.
So we got required labels. Disallowed. There we go. Allowed repositories. Okay. Get allowed.
Ancient archive of knowledge.
Got to watch out for those.
I love it. So you allowed all the control plane nodes.
I'm not super mean. It's first time, so I just want to start simple.
I will just bounce back to my kubelet patch. My kubelet patch allowed anything in kube system, Cilium, Metal LB system, and something else.
Didn't want to throw too many flags.
I'm going to suggest we just delete. Okay. Allowed repos ancient archive of knowledge.
Scaled it up. Oh no, wait.
Yeah, that was the last message. We'll need to maybe do a rollout.
Yep.
All right, we got another denied. All pods must have a clustered label for branding and associated. All right.
And an associated Stargate unit. I mean, I don't know Gatekeeper. Is SG Stargate, or is it Gatekeeper specific?
All the teams that would go through the Stargate would be SG1, SG2.
Oh!
All right, so let's look at our API resources again. So and I'm assuming if we do gate.
No. I think we need to update the label to not say Rawkode and jeefy, but to say SG1.
Well, I was going to just take a look at the policy so that we don't guess.
Oh, that's much better.
Maybe
just
maybe.
an idea.
If you want to,
probably smarter.
I'm enjoying this, but if you want to do that, by all means.
So required labels dash o YAML must be clustered. All right. So does it actually say?
Oh, right. I have to scroll up on mine.
Yeah. That would be a cool feature, though. I'm going to have to ask the teleport team to work on that. All right.
I love teleport, by the way.
Yeah, it's awesome. And you were also right. Clustered cannot be David and jeefy. It has to be SG dash number.
Yep.
I'll give you the honors.
No. If I'm reading this right, we can just have a key of clustered, but we also need another key called team.
Oh, you're right.
I was hoping you were gonna. It looked like you're gonna miss it.
Well, hey, off you go. You take it away.
I'm just over here. I've already exceeded my expectations, so this is great.
Match labels, template, There we go. Boom.
Let's see what SG we are.
I'm saying we're SG1.
It's the best SG.
Yup. Oh.
You may have to do a... Well, in fact, the labels would have done a rollout, so it's just not working yet.
That's true.
I guess we're getting back to the event log.
Yep. Well, okay, so it set it scaled, replica set to 0, and then scaled it up to 1.
You want to try the rollout just in case? I thought labels would have... What did we...
know the rollout command. Was it rollout, deployment?
Rollout, restart, deployment, clustered.
I hit Control W again.
Happens to the best of us.
Yep.
All right. Let's describe our deployment.
Yep.
We need 2 keys. One of them had to be clustered with any value, and one had to be team with SG1, according to the policies.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah, no, you're right. I think Waleed misinterpreted the policy the way I did it first.
Yeah, you did it right, or at least that's how it was intended, unless I type up. Which is possible.
Okay, so minimum replicas unavailable, progressing through new replica set created. So it's not scaling it up at all. Yeah.
Okay, now can we check for a scheduler? Damn it. All right, okay. Because we're not getting any errors, right?
No, we're not getting any errors at this point. Deployment controller is saying it's scaling it up and down correctly.
I'm just going to type randomly, and you've got
no. I'm keep going because you're following what I'm following. I see 2 different replica sets that have a desired of 1, and I think that's part of the problem.
Okay, so we're still getting hit by there's a validation policy too,
and it has to do with the images.
The image, yeah.
So there's probably a different gatekeeper CRD that we need to look at.
Okay, so KGET. That came back.
I'm really fast with SSH.
Okay.
So there's either a rogue process on this machine. Chris has another terminal open just to mock us like you did.
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
Nothing in the cron tab.
That's the next thing I was going to say.
We have a rogue system file. Those look normal.
Can I take over for a sec?
Please do.
So work. Sorry.
Just for the record, the scheduler had a restart, which I always find suspicious.
That's fair.
Oh, look, it's running Flux CD.
Oh. Oh.
I say we delete that entire namespace.
After you.
Of course. Right. All right, so we got a policy, we got an admission controller stopping us deleting the namespace. So let's take a look at validating webhook configurations and mutating webhook configurations. Or it could be RBAC. Maybe it's just simpler.
Huh.
Yeah, if I say too much, I'll give too much away. So I'm just going to just silent observer.
We've not had anyone take a GitOps approach to sabotage. That's a nice touch.
I want to point out. No. I want to point out something, Chris. And this is a little bit of a tangent, but it's worth it. When we did the first Honk CTL session, Bob and I are sitting there. Everyone else is trying to break the cluster as hard as they can. And here you come in, try and install OPA, try and lock down the cluster, try and preserve the cluster's health while everyone else is trying to destroy it. Like
just a reverse Honk, that's all.
You are a lawful good Kubernetes. You are a lawful good goose.
Thank you.
Oh, sure, I'll break the cluster. Putting policies on it.
Just not how you expect.
I love it.
Yeah, there we go. We got a validating webhook to block the deletion of namespaces.
Yep.
I'm going to try this again. And I'm warning you, Chris, this better work.
I will say this is not a policy I put in there, so I don't know where that one came from, but I'm enjoying that one very much right now.
I mean, we could just delete the pods in that namespace, and that would get what we need done.
Yeah, you're right. There's no RBAC here. We got root, so it's definitely an admission controller of some kind. So you're suggesting we could do a customized controller. Done.
And so now we can probably go back. Okay, it is terminating.
Yeah.
So now we can probably go back and delete the ancient archive of knowledge. It shouldn't come back. We might be good.
Yeah?
Yeah? Yeah?
All right. Our clustered pod is coming up. Is that it? Did we do it?
There might be a little bit more.
All right. Of course it is.
Container creating.
Yeah. Like, hopefully it's just pulling the image, but CNI.
Failed to find plugin.
Oh, there's no Cilium.
Oh,
Oh, wait, no, wrong namespace. Sorry, I do that all the time. Oh no, there's no Cilium.
That's sneaky.
We still have the namespace by the looks of it. Oh wait, what?
Huh? Hold up. So 3 are ready. I am going to like mentally delete Control W from my memory.
Yes, just don't. Please don't hurt me after this. That's all.
Oh, we're gonna have to roll out everything. All right. We need to do a rollout daemon, restart daemon set. Cilium. Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Cilium node. Oh no, wrong namespace. Is Gatekeeper back?
Is it?
Oh, that's the wrong one. That one's not back.
What other CRDs are there? Yeah, thank you. What about disallowed tags?
This is how we're playing the game now. I'm not even looking at him, Chris.
It's death by 1,000 cuts on this one. Yeah, so this break does have a story. It's I, as a Kubernetes administrator, misconfigured a few things, and this is the ensuing chaos that you get.
It's mean.
I didn't mean for it to be that mean.
I love it.
All right, okay.
No, so what's happening?
Yeah, go for it.
Go ahead. No, I was going to say what's happening here is we never deleted the policy for the clustered pod. We just added the labels and got the clustered pod working. Cilium isn't scheduling because we haven't added the labels to the Cilium stateful set either.
But I just removed the policy.
You removed disallowed tags. Did you actually delete the other policy as well?
Oh, right. Okay. How did I delete an entire CRD namespace? Is that a thing?
There we go. Hey.
All right.
My house of cards is slowly crumbling.
All right, so we need to do a rollout of the Cilium operator 2.
And technically the Hubble stuff if we care about the state of that right now.
Yeah, we can probably get away with... there we go, we have a clustered.
Chris?
Yes?
Hold on, actually, I shouldn't clap. Is it working?
Let's find out.
Go to the website and find out.
I knew it.
We'll see if it works.
Well, I mean, it's not looking good.
Insert evil laugh gif, right?
Yeah, to be very unhelpful, my application doesn't actually log anything. So.
Okay.
I'll give you a couple more minutes of this, and then in the sake of time, I can give a hint if you need it.
All right, so the pod is running. No, we can't. We never really give the port forward long enough to load the page. It could be that it's timing out waiting to speak to the database. So let's describe the Postgres service and see if we have any endpoints.
Good point. Describe.
SVC Postgres.
Oh.
All right, so
There
that
is
looks.
one endpoint.
Now, can our application actually speak to it is the other thing. Do you want to check for network policies? Chris is stuck mostly to the Kubernetes API, so I'm assuming we have a net pol.
I don't know them all.
It's Cilium cluster-wide network policies and Cilium network policies. I think you can just do net pol, get net pol. There we go, an iris.
You like that?
That's good. That's good.
All right, let's get that in the bin.
Yeah. If you'd looked at the allowed tags policy, it was all I had a list of the various planets and the planet codes.
All right, the port forward looks healthier. There we go.
There you go.
Nice.
That was good, Chris. I love that.
Yeah, thank you, Chris.
Thank you for going on that little adventure. That was fun watching.
All right, you two have a decision to make.
Yep.
You have 20 minutes in my cluster if you wish to take it on. If you want to look around for 20 minutes, you're more than welcome. If you want to call it quits and move on with your day, that is all right. I know 20 minutes is not a lot of time, so that's why I'm going to make it completely optional.
I would feel awful if, like, the two of us have made you suffer. You don't make us suffer.
But you know how bad my weekend will be if you solve this in 19 minutes? All right. Feel free to take a look around. Take a look around.
All right.
All right.
So let's do the obligatory KGet pods. Oh.
I want to make sure I'm in the right cluster.
P4X639 is the worst world, George. Just FYI. And I am not crying. Thank you very much. I'm holding it in well.
Which one is that? The replicator planet or black hole?
Window of opportunity. It's the infinite loop one, Groundhog Day.
Oh, the best episode. I love that one.
It's awesome. All right, I've set you up. That's all I'm doing.
Appreciate it. Are you in the active session, Chris?
Yeah. We got rejected.
Yep. So we rejected our request for an unknown reason.
Is it actually up and running?
That is. Feel free to look.
Such a good episode.
Yeah. It's not on Netflix up here in Canada yet. I'm waiting.
It comes on in the UK every now and again, and then I start watching it, but then I can't get through all 11 series before they take it back off again. So.
Oh. You're stuck in your own little loop then.
Yep.
No, that wouldn't do it.
What did he do?
Well, server rejected our request for an unknown reason.
Mm-hmm.
API server is up and running.
Do we have any logs from the server? Ooh, Benami. Well, they have a chaos kubectl on there. That's nefarious.
Mm-hmm.
Are you also typing really fast right now?
Oh wait, are we in the same terminal?
Yeah. So I can.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm still coming down off the watching. A little shaky right now. So.
That's like let me also shout that out. It was actually scarier for me to be the breaker than it was for me to be the debugger. Maybe that's weird.
No, a lot of pressure. Like, can you break a cluster?
Oh.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I think that's the part I was worried most about. And debugging is fun, but yeah, properly breaking something, it doesn't come natural. Buckets of tears.
Buckets of tears. Client con switching balancer to pick first. So I've never seen this. Go ahead.
I was just like, did he swap out the binary too?
I have never seen this chaos thing.
Did he maybe change some of the the kube config? He's deleting some stuff.
Yeah, it's deleting clustered and then no idea what else. Okay, so kube config, or yeah, the kube config might be a good example. Let's see what that is. We're good to show the kube config on screen, right?
Yeah, it's all good.
All right.
I would answer that question, Pop, but I'm keeping my language clean this evening.
I don't see anything out of the ordinary here, so maybe it's not this.
It's the endpoint, right?
Yeah, I think so.
What do we have here? 140. What is it? 145, 40s. It's not any of the addresses here. I think it's going to the wrong spot, but would it have timed out if it was going to the wrong server?
So I'll spare you going down a rabbit hole. That is the EIP and the correct IP address for the API server. Okay, it is not any of the node IPs, but you don't know the setup, so I'm just going to give you that.
Much appreciated.
My initial thought was he swapped IPs with one of our servers, but didn't change the certs, so it would throw an error like this.
Yeah.
And like I'm looking at the teleport IP. Like, is that the same IP?
Ditto on my end.
All right. So we still. Oh, Midna has decided to wake up. We still have no idea why we don't have access to the API server. I do know that this chaos pod or chaos container is definitely going to stop us from. It's going to kill the clustered pod.
What if we
get access to it?
What if we delete that chaos pod?
That's a nice idea.
Let's do it. Let's see if it's outside.
Let's come back.
Oh, wrong thing.
I am going to have to start practicing my CryCTL, I think.
Oh no, it's gone.
Oh no.
And it's back. Okay, it's being managed by. I'm leaning towards something with certificates.
Yeah, but like if it's the wrong cert, wouldn't it just stall and then give us the old cert error or X509? Or am I behind on my error warnings?
Remember in the beginning when I said I'm more dev and less ops? You probably know better than me.
Okay. I'm footing both doors a little.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the curl command so we can just hit the API server and see if the cert works that way.
I'm happy to type the curl command for you if you want.
I was just going to Google it, but if you have it up.
Yeah, if you got it.
I mean, that's the next path that we're going down.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that or DNS.
See, where was that IP address?
Would it be DNS though?
I don't like. I would assume if it was DNS again, it would stall for a bit because that response was way too fast. In my.
Do you want me to
run it again? Like, because it should hang if it's trying.
Did you need the URL, David?
That's all right.
All right.
Oh, whoa!
Oh, you got a cat over there.
Cat.
Oh, no, you popped over.
There it is. Oh, I just have my desk up high enough mine can't jump. It's great.
If you saw my desk setup, you'd laugh. Cat tree over here, cat bed over here, cat wall behind me.
I have a cat chair in front of me. He spent the morning snoring. It was great.
All right, so here we are. Certificate problem, unable to get the local issuer cert.
Is this
Curl
also
field.
cert? So the certificate is fine.
The cert is fine.
Cert is fine.
Yeah, you've already seen the problem twice now. That's all I'm saying.
Oh. Right. Oh.
What have we looked at twice? We have catted the kube config twice.
Mm-hmm. We've looked at the cry output a couple times.
This is in my breaker notes as superficial problem.
Breaker notes a superficial problem. Because it probably has to do with this.
Where's our kube config pointing to?
Etc. Kubernetes admin.conf. Unless you mean there's.
Yeah, okay, so it's pointing to the file that we're looking at then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like a hint?
Well,
the first problem?
yeah. There we go. There's only one context.
No. Like.
Does the context match the name?
Kubernetes-admin at cluster 025 KubeCon EU 2021 cluster 025 KubeCon EU. Yeah. Oh, paper minute. Client key data, client certificate data.
I'm surprised no one in the chat has noticed it either.
Is it an indent error?
It's worse than that. Like silly worse than that.
Oh, it's the little ones that are the. Where is it?
Yeah, 1 second.
I like ums.
And Midna is now laying on my arm, so this is going to be a little bit hard mode.
Did you just?
I can take
something?
over if you want.
I did. Did I do something bad?
Probably.
There's a type of config, and I don't know kube configs well enough to know whether that was
necessary. I
necessary.
mean, you missed like a huge hint because when you opened Vim, it actually remembered where my cursor was.
Oh.
So you can watch that one back later.
Oh, that'll be good. All right, just to make sure I didn't break it worse or better. Okay.
See how, Chris, you were saying like you think your break was going to be too simple? Like you are literally going to kick yourselves when you get. This is just the slow you down problem.
It's a little nuggets.
So you confirmed the IP address, which I thought was nice.
I'm confused. Again, like...
I'm bringing up a
Chris?
config file on my machine so I can see.
I'm stuck on this.
Why don't you diff it with one of the other ones and see if something's different?
What other ones? Like my own?
You can diff it with the kubelet one. Pop is saying, can they call a friend, and can that friend be Thomas Stromberg? No. As much as I enjoyed having Thomas on, he's barred. Oh, Christoph sees it. Thanks, Christoph.
Oh.
If chat sees it, don't type it, or rather, you can control what pops up, right? So like we won't see it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I won't show you.
Okay. And I don't sneakily have the YouTube channel open anywhere else. So, could you Vim or cat the file again?
Yes. Just keep in mind.
I have a config file over here.
Cool. Look what's here. This is the diff between kubelet and kube's.
So
you can probably ignore the certs because they use different certs.
It's the kind or type bit at the top.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Oh crumbs! I gotta get to something in 5 minutes. So.
There it is. Is that
there?
It? Nope.
No.
Do you have your own kube config?
Get rid of the. Yeah, I do. Get rid of preferences.
You're swinging and missing now.
Yeah, no, I'm just looking over here. I don't have it. It's just delete everything.
That's how this works, right?
Yeah, nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
All right, you're making me open my own. Because, like, I have a good idea.
Oh, it's because I have like a zillion things in here. Oh.
Client data, client key data.
There we go.
Name,
person's there.
It was in the diff.
I thought it was. That's what I'm looking at, but
so just go through less. Take it slowly.
Really?
Oh. Cheeky.
It's so subtle.
I think I had a dream last night where that was the problem. Just in a random config file. Nicely done.
That is so good. So was that chaos thing a red herring then?
No, the chaos is still inflicting chaos. At least it should be, unless I broke it.
Everything's here. Is it still deleting the clustered pod? It's running. It's been up for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what it was doing, right? When we saw the output?
Yeah. And then let's see what the output is for that now, because that is certainly... Come on, copy.
So the funny thing... I can't tell you. But
oh, we switched. Nice.
So by fixing your Kubernetes config, you actually bring the chaos pod into effect.
Wait.
Because the chaos pod was broken because of the kube config. You've now fixed the kube config. So the chaos pod potentially is now chaotic.
The chaos pod is actually throwing errors.
Yeah.
Because it can't get to it anymore.
Yeah, it was working like a few minutes ago, but now it's, unless we scroll all the way down to the bottom of the output, yeah, it's giving the same error we got initially.
You played yourself.
All right, can we port forward the? Damn it!
Yeah, do you
work? Or I can.
Do you have the thing? David looks like he's thinking.
Do me a favor and delete the chaos pod.
Sure.
Oh, it's going on 80? 80?
You just want to open that on stream for us? Oh wait, how do we?
It gives me an Nginx. Sorry.
All right. So cryctl ps cryctl rm.
Okay, I gotta jump to a meeting in a minute. This has been an absolute delight. I cannot thank you enough, David, for inviting me to participate in this session. Truly divine.
Well, thank you for joining us.
It was a treat.
Yes. And with that, I bid you adieu. Farewell and take care.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks.
I want to finish this off.
Yeah, you can poke around. So you've now fixed it. So I didn't. That's a bug in my. I didn't know that the. I can't say too much, but yeah, there's no chaos.
There is now chaos, and then the clustered pod will not run anymore.
Correct.
Because it'll just get deleted. Repeatedly.
Yes.
And repeatedly.
And there's a really... Once we get to the end, I'll explain it, but this is a really interesting one, I think.
Huh. All right.
Very similar to yours, actually.
All right. Grep chaos. Okay. Wait, if it's similar to mine, that means it's going to be some sort of a is it though?
It's not. Nothing's remote. You can see the containerd pod running. You just can't see it in kube control, which I think is interesting.
Yep. Yeah, to me that means it's running outside of Kubernetes.
I'll answer questions if you want, depending on how long you have, but I won't say anything more just now. So how familiar are you with containerd?
Not.
All right, so you can do a container cry control pods to see Kubernetes pods.
That's neat.
But you will see chaos is there.
Well, also a bunch of things are not ready. I'm not sure if that matters. Where's chaos? Keep control, etc. Oh, it's right at the top. It's cube name is cube. Oh, wait, what? Okay, so there's only one Kube API server running. Has 8 restarts. Bad typo. Pods shows Kube API server that's part of chaos namespace. This is mean. So chaos isn't available either. You're gonna have to give me hints.
Yeah, there's no chaos namespace. You want to talk it through?
So either there is something horribly evilly wrong. I'm trying to decide whether it's at the Kubernetes level or at the cryo level or containerd level.
Uh, uh,
Or are they
it's
intrinsically linked?
it's in the Kubernetes level. You could always check the timestamps in those files.
That's probably a good idea, huh? Thanks. They're the same.
This cluster's been running since 1969. That's tricky. Yes, I am being
Where we're
mean.
going, we don't need roads. Yeah. I will be honest, we are already out of my depth.
Okay, so you're really close. You're close. So I'll tell you one thing, and then there's a challenge that doesn't really matter. So this is a bug with Docker as a CRI. I actually upgraded the cluster to downgraded the cluster, whatever way you look at it, to use Docker instead of containerd, because this does not work with containerd. The bug is you can have a static manifest with a pod that runs, and if the namespace doesn't exist, it will still run it. So there is a chaos namespace running a pod and a static manifest in this directory, but you've not found it yet.
That's mean. I love it.
And you've already said you're not an ops person, so you might find this a little tricky.
Yep. Because I don't see, but it's in this directory?
It is in that directory. Do you know how to hide files on Linux?
Nope.
All right, chat. Let's help Jeefy out.
Help me out. This is the point where I would be Googling. So I'm phoning a friend. And by phoning a friend, I mean I expect someone to tell me the answer in YouTube chat, and then David just pop it up.
If anyone, if Waleed, I know you're watching, Noel, you're watching, if you just want to jump on, I'll send you the link. Feel free. Otherwise, start typing some. Think about how we'd hide a file on Linux. And if nobody gets us any answers in the next minute or two, I'll walk you through it. I enjoyed putting this one together.
This is evil.
That's a really it's a terrible bug though. It was actually my colleague Dan Finneran, BSD Box, who worked it out. I think he typoed on the namespace with a static pod and worked out that it still worked, but it doesn't work with containerd. I noticed. So I had to change it runtime. The Docker doesn't validate it, although we still get the weird error. Interesting. Well, we're not going to use FLS. Cheating. Noel is suggesting, is it a bind mount, which ls-al would not show? It is not, actually.
Ooh.
Nice idea, though. All right, so
give me that voodoo. Give me that voodoo.
So it is actually relatively easy to hide things from ls. And normally what you would encourage people to do is an echo star, but I've also hidden it from there too. So yeah, we'll just walk through it. Let's wrap this up.
Please do.
Okay, so if you can't see it with ls and you can't see it with echo star, you got to start wondering if it could have been really cruel and mounted something in with eBPF. I have not done that. You could check to see if the command has been modified, which it has not. The one thing you could do would be to type env and look for certain flags. And that's a really strong hint for anyone who's familiar with Linux. But there is also ways using environment variables to subsequently hide more things from the shell, which I've also obfuscated just for the laughs. So it is a particularly harsh one. So there is an environment variable called glob ignore, which will obfuscate the file from the echo star by saying that we don't want to see any files that have a backup, the end in the backup tilde symbol. So we could unset the glob ignore. We still don't have ls, but the echo star now would work, and you'd see there's a rawkode.yaml here with the bad thing.
That is beautiful.
Now, why did the ls not work? Because I'm an asshole, mostly. If we go to profile.d, there's my bad command. So the ls was modified to always pass a -b, which means don't show backup files. I then replaced an alias for env to also omit and hide the glob environment variable.
Oh my god, I love it.
So yeah, it was particularly harsh. But now, you and all the people that are watching are familiar with the Docker runtime and its ability to launch static pods into a namespace that doesn't exist, making it completely invisible almost to operators except for cry control ps. There we go.
You're evil, and I deserved every minute of this.
Well, I'd say yours was a lot more evil than mine was, but I think that was cool. This is the first time, well, this is now the second time I've broken a cluster for this show. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me, for breaking your cluster. Some nice little things there. I like the story around it too. I felt helpless for the entire first 30 minutes of the episode, which is the best way to feel during this, I feel.
I felt just as helpless now.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for joining me. Thanks to Chris, who's already left. He had a meeting to go to. There will be no Klustered next week, but I will be bringing it back the following week. Jeefy, have an awesome day. That was really fun, and I'll speak to you again soon.
Definitely. Thank
Cheers.
you very much. It was so much fun.
Cheers. Bye, man.